There we go. Hello, everybody. Let me move my mic. Get set up here. My hair is a little wild. I hope you're doing well. Whoever's here. Let's see if this will help. Definitely not. It's been a humid day, so that's probably not going to stand up. Oh well. It's getting long. Perfect. Looks like we're doing good. Okay. Hello, Davey. Hope you're doing well. We've got, that's a kind of a flashbang. We've got a lot of interesting football that happened this weekend. Sounds good, sounds good. And I'm just checking the audio and stuff here. It seems like every week now I change my setup a little bit. I'm going to take my mic cover off and see how that sounds real quick. I'm going to mute this real quick. How does that sound? Let's see. How does that sound? I don't know how much this windbreaker changes things, to be honest. This cover, I have a fluffy mic cover too that I've only used really for like mic head massage type videos. Oh yeah, that's fair. Are you oh, while I'm listening to that. That sounds pretty fine. Okay. Do you keep up with any other sports, Davey, or are you just not a sports guy? Which is fair too, either way. I'm not judging. I only recently got into football. I guess it's not super recent, but 6 years ago now. But it wasn't something that like I was part of growing up. Fun fact, I've learned I have decaf coffee right now, and I've noticed that over the last few months I've started to grab, instead of like drinking like this with the handle, I grab the cup like this with the handle on the complete other side. I don't know what that says to me. Are you a Phillies fan? I don't keep up with MLB at all. I only usually keep up if one of the Chicago teams is in the playoffs, and that will not happen again for a long time, probably. Now, what's a MLB playoffs? Because I know that Royals were in it. Oh, they're tied. Because what, is it a best of 5 for these first round playoffs? Because I know the World Series itself is a best of 7. Where are we at? Oh, they're playing the Mets. That's isn't that like a kind of rival? Maybe not like a super rival, but it's close enough to be like you're not super friendly with the... Yeah. That's fair. Do you, I heard that Philadelphia went crazy when like the Eagles were doing well on their reign of terror for a bit there. Everything seems fairly tied. All the games. At least most of them have only played 2 games, so that helps. Mets won today. I see. And then Dodgers and Padres play so late at night. That's crazy. Do you hate like all New York teams or just the Mets? Like, I'm not a huge fan of the Yankees because they're like the Patriots of baseball, I think. But I like the Jets for football because there's a lot of Iowa State players on the Jets. And then I don't care for the Giants because they suck. Yeah, I don't know anything about MLB. Interesting stuff, though. I did get into watching baseball for a little stint in the spring and kind of last year. Just everything about it. That's fair. I've never been to New York City and I don't really care to go and experience it, so I can't talk. But I don't. It's not a place on my bucket list to go to. I've never really met someone from New York though, so I can't stereotype and hate on them. I just know Casey Neistat, and that's pretty much it. Let's see. I pulled up the article from, God, it's so bright, USA Today, because I need to make a statement at the start of when I record this video, being I was so wrong. Last week was so good. Last weekend's games are so good. I don't know what this sportsbook sports trade is, but it is always so far out of line with all the other sports books that it kind of throws off the numbers sometimes on some of these games. And we have official. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm just going to keep moving it back and forth. We've officially hit 55 straight days of college football. Or not college football. 55 straight days of football. I think starting on Thursday it was. Last week. Both NFL and college football. There's a game on right now. Is Temple doing well? I don't know. Temple. I feel like I see them. I know that, no, it looks like they might be last place. I don't know how many people are in the ACC. Or AAC. I need to move this mic. There we go. They are literally last place. I mean the Temple Owls. I'm guessing, I don't know another Temple. Who is in the, I mean, oh, that's the one with Tulane. And then it's crazy when Army and Navy are both leading your conference. Or leading a conference. I don't know. Wait, AAC and then ACC. That's why I got it confused. What is this conference name? American Athletic Conference. Oh, the American Conference. Yeah. Are you a big Temple fan? Or is that where you go? I think they're oh no, they've won one game. They beat Utah State. Okay. Sure. Utah State is not in the conference. I forgot that they just have state. Oh my god, Utah's. I'm looking at the Big 12 now, and Utah's lower than Cincinnati in standings, but I guess that's just because of conference wins. Because they're 4-1, and Cincinnati is 3-2. Oh, gotcha. I don't imagine Temple is known for their football. Do they have a good basketball team? I don't know anything about Temple, so. Standings. Big 12. Big 10. Oh my god, Indiana being the leader of the Big 10 is hilarious. UCLA. Oh crap. Pause that. Got too many tabs when I stream. I don't have good tab management. Conference USA. FBS UConn having a football team is hilarious. Maction. Did they? That's so sad. Pac-12. Just BC. I feel like I don't know enough about like anything outside of like one or two conferences. UAB is in the same conference as Temple and what is that? Alabama, Birmingham, I think. I think I mentioned it last week. I don't remember. I mentioned it to someone sometime in the last week or so that UAB has arguably the coolest logo mascot thing, just like a fire-breathing dragon. Anyways, let me swap the screens here so I can, not the BRB. I need to move my camera. I had to record a presentation for class. There we go. And I had to move the camera. That's good. Sweet. I watched I love like thinking that I've been witness to a major historical event in Alabama getting upset. Alabama's only number 2. They updated the rankings. What's the new rankings? AP poll. But I got to watch pretty much the entirety of the Alabama-Vanderbilt game. I feel like my mic is quiet. If I put it right here, this is probably going to be loud. Alright, we'll see. So, Alabama is not 2. Okay, I don't know what. Because they were number 1 during the game, I thought. I don't know. Anyways, the new AP poll. Oh, warning flashbang, because this webpage is all white. I'm lit up like a Christmas tree. I hate that. Anyways, okay, sorry. The Alabama dropped down 6. Tennessee got upset by Arkansas. I'm gonna drop 4. I don't know what these points mean. Oh. See if I recognize any of these names. Chip Towers is a wild name. I feel like I should know one of these from podcasts I listen to, but I don't know how often they change. Jordan McPherson. Is that the kicker? I don't think I know any of these. No. Wait. Zach Klein. Nope. I don't know him. Anyways. Ohio State moved up. Makes sense. Texas. I don't think they played anybody really. Oregon had a good game. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Texas had a bye. Wait, no, not this week. I want to see who they played last week. Dang. Okay. Penn State, I don't know what they did. Georgia, I think, had a bye. Miami, can't believe they moved up too. They almost got embarrassed. Alabama, Tennessee, we know. I didn't keep up with Ole Miss. Clemson won. Iowa State, baby, number 11. Oh, we're tied with Notre Dame. Are you kidding me? Oh, well. BYU moved up. Did they play last week? I need the Big 12 schedule from last week. Let's see. Does ESPN Big 12 10 5? I want to see, like, how do I see a matchup for just that week? Schedule. Oh my gosh. It's logging me into my Xfinity account. Very professional, I know. I'm getting a loading screen. Boise State destroyed. Oh, here we go. Okay, perfect. Week 6. We're not looking at the Big 12. Week 6. Yeah, BYU had a bye. Oh, I can look at all these. This is sweet. I wish the background was black and not white, but that's okay. Now I'm rambling. Sorry. Notable matchups: West Virginia pummeled Oklahoma State. UCF lost to Florida, not unexpected. Arizona State beat KU. That was good. I didn't stay up for the Texas Tech Arizona game, but Texas Tech ended up winning. Okay. And Houston beat TCU, which destroyed my Survivor League. Sucks. But at least now I can go back and see, like, who did who did Texas play? They did have a bye. Okay. Not tripping. Clemson. I don't know what. Atlantic. Oh, they beat Florida State. That's a gimme. Okay. Texas A&M beat Mizzou. Moving up 10 points, or 10 places is wild from that. Utah, Boise State, Kansas State, makes sense. Indiana being the first bowl-eligible team is wild. Mizzou, I don't think they're good. I don't know why they're ranked. I feel like they shouldn't be ranked. Michigan should be unranked next week, I hope. They got a bye. Never mind, they're not going to be unranked then. But once they face Illinois, as long as, Illinois got a win next week. A free win next week against Purdue. So that won't be a challenge. I don't think they'll really move in the rankings, though. Maybe up one spot. I guess it depends on how much other teams, like, tank. Anyways. Oregon beat Michigan. Who did Penn State play? Oh, Oregon beat Michigan State, I'm sorry. Penn State beat UCLA. Okay. Michigan lost to Washington. That's what it was. Okay. Washington's not ranked, are they? No. I don't know what they're... Minnesota beat USC. That's crazy. Did USC completely drop out of this? They were ranked 11. No way USC is completely gone. I mean, I would agree with it, but oh my god, they are. They're 3-2. Holy. That's crazy. And then they play Penn State this week. That's tough. Alright. I don't know anything about this game. Does anybody have teams they're interested in? I don't know anything about this game tomorrow night either. I don't think I'm going to cover that or the Thursday games in the video. Because, like, they're like smaller teams, smaller schools. It should be entertaining, I hope. Like, I mean, some are going to be more blowouts than others. Well, I guess most of them are, but still potential to be fun. NFL has 49ers and Seahawks on Thursday. That should be a good game, I hope. I'm hoping to pick up Geno Smith on waiver wires this week. Hopefully. Alright. I checked the audio, it's sounding good, so I guess I can start running through these, picking out the tabs. Utah. I don't usually bet on, I mean, I sports bet a bit, but I don't usually I don't bet on all these games I talk about or anything. I only bet on something if I like it. I'm not like just shooting at the hip kind of person for sports betting. I just like having the sports betting lines and screens up to kind of see what the consensus is on like who's gonna win and stuff, especially for tight games with spreads. Like Iowa, Washington should be good. Nothing. Alabama. I think there's a lot of Big 12 teams on bye again this week. Let me see my schedule. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is the week with most. There's 6 teams on a bye. Baylor, Houston, Kansas, Oklahoma State, TCU, and Texas Tech are all on a bye. Oh boy. Alright. What else do we have? We only have a few Big 12 games then. Gotta remember who else. USC, Michigan State, and Texas. USC, Michigan State, and Texas. USC is playing Penn State, and the other two are on a bye, it looks like. Okay, that makes sense. Talk about Iowa. Wait. Why doesn't it? Oh, jeez. How could I forget? Playing at the Cotton Bowl. Yeah, that's a big game to talk about. The Texas, Oklahoma. That's I need to make sure I have this right. Yes, that's the Red River Rivalry. Keep wanting to talk Bedlam, but I know it's not Bedlam. Arizona not playing in the dark is wild. I'm gonna turn this brightness down. Tennessee. That should be a decent game. Ohio State, Oregon. Big game, big game, big game. Minnesota. Kansas State plays so late. Oh my gosh. Is that really it for Big 12? It looks like it. I'll move this back. Get these in order. Oh, don't break. No. Maybe I should do some videos without the mic cover on. Okay, it did load. Move that. Post. Those are at the same time. There's definitely more games on. But it still feels like another big bye week. Let me check these other ones. Other conferences. Big 12. I got the Utah. Oh, that. Yeah, it's weird. It feels weird how there's Friday night games for the Big 12. The biggest spread is the Friday night game at 6 points. The biggest spread for Big 12, at least on Saturday, is 4.5. That's terrifying. Oh, what? Tickets as low as $5. Look at this. Flashbang, sorry. This is Big 12 college football schedule. Tickets as low as $5 for the Cincinnati UCF game. I mean, they're in the nosebleeds, but you can buy a seat behind the visitor's sideline. Section 126. for $17. Right down here. That's crazy. Even in the middle behind... Okay, that's fair. $12. $5. That's insane. Are they in like a massive stadium? No, it's just a normal one, I think. Okay, sorry. Screen's bright. And let's see. Okay, I'll probably record the video here. Do I want to talk about anything else? Put that at the end just in case. I want to talk about the upsets. Let's check the schedule again for the Big Ten. Oh. That Ohio-Oregon game is a 2 versus 3. They need to sort this ESPN. They have an option to sort by top 25. That'd be cool. Anyways. South Carolina is playing Alabama. Yeah, for the Texas-Oklahoma game, the cheapest ticket is $340. Let's see where that one's at. Flashbang again. 340 is the cheapest up in the nosebleed. Where's this one at? Cotton Bowl. That's right. Jeez. What's the most expensive ticket? What are these? Is this the box? Lowest price. Highest price. 20 grand? What are you, crazy? Who is buying that? No way. Is this a money laundering scheme? Who do you think you are, dude? 2 tickets, 20 grand. Yeah, anyways. That's insane. The other ones make sense. Okay, Ole Miss and LSU. That's a game. Both ranked teams I don't know anything about. Wow, it's like everybody in the SEC is ranked. They're such a better conference. Okay. They all scalped. That's what, like, the direct link from ESPN has. I know, like, all the ticket sites are bad. Ticketmaster, Red River Rivalry. Because there's no way, like, no way the official tickets are not sold out already. Like, it's gonna be a bunch of resellers. Yeah, like, Ticketmaster, their lowest is $430 for the Red River. Man, I'm gonna have a hard time saying that. Okay. I think we're good. Oh man, I don't know why OBS opens on that monitor all the time. It's kind of crazy. I'm going to ascend. I guess you're ascending and I'm descending. Anyways. I realized last time I had my chair in the background. I try not to do that. I'm all out of decaf coffee. Looks good. Looks good. I can get rid of that. Keep my tab management going well. This is very off the cusp. Okay. Friday night. Utah won. Let me pull up the last week's results for the Big 12. Utah didn't play. That's right. Arizona State beat Kansas. Does this audio sound good? Sweet. Okay, so it sounds like this is fine. I'm going to shut off my headphones. Put them up. And we're going to record. So, I don't know if anybody else is here, but I'm going to record this, just like record the normal video, and then I'll still be like around hanging out a little bit afterwards. But end by 9, and yeah, so it seems like every time I record this on live, people join the stream as I'm recording it, and then when I say like goodbye, see you next time, they leave because they think it's the end of the stream, which, you know, makes sense. Let's see here. Okay, pop up over there again. All right, gonna start the video here in a moment. Hair's not gonna stay up. That's okay. Why? Anyways, all right. I will record. I don't have a water. Oh well. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody. I hope you're doing well. I want to say I apologize for the statement I made last week. It was most definitely not an uneventful weekend of football, contrary to what I thought and what a lot of other people thought. It was probably the most exciting weekend of football all season, if not in the last few years. So I just want to run through some of what happened. I got this article pulled up here. I won't show it on screen because it's all white background and it's very bright. But if you keep up with college football, you know some of the stuff that happened. And of course, the biggest thing was Vanderbilt beating Alabama. And it wasn't just like some fluke, you know, win on a Hail Mary at the end of the game. Alabama did not lead for a single second in that game, and it was pretty I mean, they only won by 5, but like Alabama felt like they kind of stood no chance after halftime. Like they just couldn't get anything. It was a very exciting game to watch. I watched the whole thing since it was before the Iowa State game, and I had some people together, and we were watching football and hanging out. And it was fun to be able to watch like a little part of history, because this is probably the biggest upset in years. It's the second time that in 3 years that goalposts have been in the river because of Alabama losing. But the other upsets, some were Arkansas beat Tennessee, which was surprising. I don't think anybody really thought that. Technically, Texas A&M beating Missouri was an upset. They were 3-point home favorites, A&M was, even though the rankings in the AP poll were a little bit different, but they beat them 41-10, which was not expected, so that was kind of cool to see. One that I kind of expected and hoped for was that Washington beat Michigan. They won by 10, so I was happy to see that, and Michigan dropped like 11 spots in the AP ranking. And then one for the Big Ten, Minnesota beat USC. So unfortunately, I know we have some USC people that watch this. I'm sorry for your loss, but I don't really like Minnesota, but it's always fun to see an upset. So let's see. I don't think there were any other. I'm looking at the list of all the ranked games. Finals. Ohio State beat Iowa 35-7. Not really unexpected, so Iowa didn't really get a moral victory out of that. And Georgia beat Auburn. Miami almost lost to Cal. They beat Cal by 1 point, and I think they were down like 24-7 at one point in that game. I wrote them off. I didn't. That was College Game Day's game too, which is crazy. College Game Day is like picking games that don't start for at least 6 hours after their program ends, and this one I think was 9 hours after the program ended, which is crazy. Those were the main games. Iowa State beat Baylor, so that's fun. Indiana beat Northwestern. Indiana is the first bowl-eligible team of the season, which means they are 6-0. And I don't know how they managed that. I guess they just had a lot of early games. But either way, ignore OBS being weird. We're going to move on to the games of this week now. And a little recap for some of the others, which I guess you could have saw this whole time. We've got this. I didn't switch my camera. Oh well. But yeah, so you've been seeing this. Of course, Utah, Arizona State. It's weird to have a Friday game for the Big 12 a lot of times now. It's not bad. It's just weird. It's new. And, I welcome it so long as it's not my team. But this is a late game. I don't know how much of it I'm going to watch. And it is the largest spread for Big 12 this weekend. About a 6. And Utah's going to Arizona State. I support Arizona State. And Utah's kind of fallen from grace. Let's see. Utah didn't play last week, and Arizona State beat Kansas. So I'm using the last week's schedule to look at stuff. Getting a little bit more professional with this. But for Iowa State's sake, I want Utah to not be good for when they come to Ames, or when we go to Utah, sorry. But, I'm going to root for Arizona State in this one. There's not much analysis in that. Sorry for the all over the place. Cincinnati at UCF. UCF home favorites, only by 3. I'm surprised. I thought UCF was better than this. They just lost to Florida, but that's not super surprising. And Cincinnati, I am still of the opinion, is just an awful football team. And I didn't think UCF was that bad. Apparently it's going to be high scoring, but I'm going to root for UCF on this one. Arizona and BYU. Crazy to see Arizona not playing in the dark. But BYU had a bye last week. Arizona lost to Texas Tech. Unfortunately, I was hoping they would win, because now Texas Tech is looking a little bit scary in coming to Ames for homecoming. I believe, let me check real quick, they as in Texas Tech, have a pretty easy schedule, because they got a bye this week, and then next week, or this coming week, and then next week after that they play Baylor, which should be a very easy win for them, and then they come to, then they play TCU. So, not really a whole lot of substance before coming to Ames for homecoming. So, it'll be a scary homecoming game. Iowa State just has juggernaut after juggernaut, it seems, getting loaded on their schedule. Which, speaking of, I don't know who I said I was going to play for that. I'm picking Arizona. Speaking of, Iowa State has to go to West Virginia, and this is always a scary game. I love my West Virginia bros, but they're a scary football team, and this can kind of be a partial decider for Iowa State's season results. In terms of the college football playoffs, West Virginia is not bad this year. They're doing better than expected, I think. They just trampled Oklahoma State, which is Oklahoma State. They're not great, but they're not bad either. They're in a weird spot, it seems like, every year. But this is always a scary game, and I think it will be a very entertaining game. I hope to watch it. It's 7 p.m. on Saturday night. Fingers crossed I can watch this game, because I think it'll be really interesting. It'll be fun to see where Iowa State goes, because after this they got a bye week, and then I'm not sure who they play. Let me see. In my professional research, who do they play after their bye week? That is their bye week. I'm losing my mind. Iowa State, oh that's right, UCF comes to Iowa State after this game, and then they have their bye week. Apologies. So, obviously I'm picking the Cyclones. I think they'll win. I hope. I'm confident in not being confident. This game might not even need explanation if you've been following this. Huge K-State fan, huge Colorado hater. I think it'd be great to see the Little Apple go into Colorado and Boulder and just trample them. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think they're definitely going to win. They've looked good, and, I hope they do well. Because Kansas State played Friday, this last week. Kansas State had a bye, so they're coming off bye. I think Colorado did too. So, 2 bye teams. It's at 9:15. Maybe watch the first half of this before I go to bed. But I think this should be a good game too. That's the nice thing about this Big 12 right now this year. And hopefully going forward, they're good teams, or at least entertaining and fun games to watch. Close games. So, should be good. Moving outside of the Big 12, we've got Washington versus Iowa, who Iowa did not get a moral victory last week against Ohio State. They almost held on in the first half and then just kind of got trampled. But I think this is very much a make or break it game for Iowa. They showed that obviously they can't punch way above their weight class in Ohio State, who is in another realm compared to most of the rest of the Big Ten. But Washington's a decent team. So if Iowa can beat Washington, then at least Iowa can punch at their own weight class. But if they can't, then, that's a little telling for what Iowa is. So I'm going to, of course, I hate this. I need to root for Iowa, but I'm not gonna look at this game at all. Because I'm going to be looking at the Red River rivalry. Pronounced it right. I don't care about either of these teams. I actually hate them both. So, usually this is a very fun game to watch. It looks like over a 2-touchdown spread, it might not be the most exciting, but in massive, massive rivalries like this, the spread is almost irrelevant. Crazy things can happen, they have happened, and at the end of the day, as long as it's entertaining to watch, then who cares? If you're into this, have fun. At the same time as Penn State and USC, USC had a heartbreaker last week against Minnesota, so I apologize to hear about... No, I'm not apologizing. I'm sorry to hear about all the USC fans who got their heart crushed by Minnesota. I think they're going to get their heart crushed again by Penn State, but at least this time it's expected, so there's that. But I don't know, unless you're a super USC fan, I don't know how you can watch this over the Red River rivalry. 2 teams punching at their weight class. I believe this is rank 2 and rank 3 teams in the country right now. Ohio State at Oregon. I think this will be a great game of just 2 very skilled, very talented teams just punching each other right, left hook style. How it'll go, I don't know, but this is a really exciting top 5 matchup. So it should be a good game. On at 6:30, so I will only watch 30 minutes of it due to Iowa State implications, but that is mostly it from what I have. Another week where a lot of teams are on byes. Next week, every team in the Big 12 at least will be playing, so full, complete slate. And the exciting thing right now is that we are in 55 straight days of football. That started last Thursday, so combined between NFL and college football, we're going through 55 straight days of a football game on every day. I don't know anything about the games that are on Monday, Tuesday, or really Thursday, as those are the smaller teams. But if we scroll back here, currently Liberty and Florida International are playing. Wednesday we have New Mexico State and Jacksonville State, and then we've got 3 games on Thursday, along with the NFL game, which is the Seahawks and 49ers, which should be a good game. I'm hoping to get Geno Smith off waiver wires this week, so we'll see if that happens, because Josh Allen has not been pulling his weight lately. And then, of course, we've got some Friday games that are starting to pick up. Northwestern and Maryland. UNLV, unfortunately, lost to Syracuse, but I don't think they'll have a problem with Utah State. And then, of course, the Utah-Arizona State game. So, should be a good week. Last week is probably going to be hard to top, but it should still be a good week this week. So, I hope you enjoy your football. And, of course, Michigan State and Texas, well, not Texas, sorry. Michigan State is on a bye this week. Texas is in a big game of their life. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what teams you'd like to see, if any, and enjoy watching football this weekend. I'll see you all later. Oh, I feel like I need to get water. Hello, Bryson. Not that big on college football, but you like NFL. Yeah, I don't keep up with NFL as much nearly as I used to. Because this year with all the new schools in the Big 12, it's been so much more exciting. What do I watch football on? Not mainstream means. I was debating getting YouTube TV because I like the quad box thing you can do, but I do not watch. I watch on some popular, unpopular websites. I don't know about that. That's a bold claim there. Beating the brakes off K-State. I don't know, man. I just can't stand Colorado. And it's only because of Dion. I don't know anything about them as, like, people. It's just Dion being loud and annoying. I'm sure the school looks beautiful, but just, man, he's just an annoying character. I'm sorry. Plus, I'm biased with Kansas State. My brother goes there, so I will always root for them. I don't think there's too many other games. Let's look ahead. Nothing. Friday. Man, these late night games. Big 12 after dark. Florida State's going to lose to Duke. Oregon gets a free win. Is there a team that Purdue can actually beat? Oh, I know he's always been like that, and I've always disliked him. I will not reveal the... Oh man, my background. I will not reveal the website name in fears of getting canceled. But it's Stream and a Cardinal Direction. Cal beats Pitt. Is that this week? I don't know much about them. Let's see. Pitt. I'm having a hard time loading. Cal beats Pitt. Babe, let's see. What conference is this? Why do I not know these teams? My light is like making weird noise. They're not American, are they? No. Oh wait, they're West Coast. Wait, no, they're not. This is both coasts. Week 7. Oh, this thing keeps changing. Cal Pitt. Pitt's 22. That's crazy. Their tickets are only $17. Been looking at the ticket prices for some of these games. Like the UCF game, you can get a ticket as low as $5 in the nosebleeds. And then in the Texas-Oklahoma game, the cheapest ticket is $340. But the most expensive is a pair of 2 tickets selling for 20 grand in the same section that like a pair of tickets is selling for $1,000. So someone's just like selling it at a wild price. See ya, Bryson. How do you even pronounce your name? G. Demysticles G. I wouldn't mind seeing Cal beat Pitt. They were very entertaining against Miami last week, that's for sure. I don't know how Pitt stacks up. According to the AP polls, they're worse than Miami, but that's all garbage anyways. But I could see it. I mean, I'll root for a slight underdog. And Pitt's only favored because of the home team, really. So, should be a good toss-up game. I'll root for Cal. Who did Pitt play last week? They played North Carolina. Oh, they beat UNC. That's not super surprising, is it, though? Because I feel like I just I can't trust North Carolina at all after they played a basketball game against James Madison. Oh, interesting. And they lost to Duke by 1. Sure, they beat Minnesota. This year's been crazy. Oh, I didn't want to remove that chat. Or that, not that chat, that ESPN website. Oh well. Alright, I'm probably going to hop off here in about 5 minutes. Is there any other notable games of the week in your guys' opinion? Saturday. I don't want to look for Pitt. I want all the games. There we go. I think K-State will win. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. I think K-State will win. They've got some really good momentum. ESPN college football schedule. Give me that back. Conference schedule. Because who did Colorado play week 5? I know they just came off a bye. Colorado beat UCF. Yeah, so it's one of those, man, the Big 12 is wild and how like all over the place it is. It's like Colorado's been pretty good, but they haven't played too many people. Like Colorado State is an easy win, Baylor is an easy win, North Dakota State's like a okay win, lost to Nebraska. UCF I thought was supposed to be better, and like they were pretty mid, and Kansas State is just on a tear. 42-14, you're crazy. I think Kansas State will probably win by 6 to 10. Because once they get going, they get going. I don't know how hard it is to play in Boulder, but as long as Kansas State doesn't beat themselves like they did against BYU and just throw pick after pick, like they looked very solid just mechanically against Oklahoma State, and they've pretty much handled everybody. And not that Oklahoma State's a huge team, but Arizona, they beat them down. Tulane's decent, they're mid, probably as good as on par with North Dakota State for Colorado. Bro, you're just a massive hater, aren't you? What the heck's going on here? I'm just being real. Who does Colorado have the rest of the way? Arizona, Cincinnati, Tech, Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma State. That's a decent schedule. It's pretty like Arizona will be a good game. Cincinnati should be an easy win. Tech is still a juggernaut, I think. Colorado is slightly favored as of right now against Tech. According to ESPN at least. Utah, who knows what's going on with them? I can see them just like being trash the rest of the season. They have been, after that loss to Arizona, who knows what's going to happen. Kansas, okay, all these are very 50-50 games. I doubt Oklahoma State, yeah, Oklahoma State is not 50-50. I think Oklahoma State will have a rough rest of the season. How's their schedule looking? Yeah, they're kind of screwed. They have they have 2 wins for sure. Probably lose to BYU. Arizona State's a maybe. I think they'll lose to Texas Tech and Colorado. Okay. Sounds good. I'll see you next week, man. Thanks for coming. Probably hop off here too. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm here for the slander of whatever team you want. Putting the mic cover back on. There we go. But yes, thanks for coming around, hanging out, and I will see you all next week. Peace out, everybody.